Have I not talked about my favorite guilty pleasure of all time? Have I? Well, I'm talking about it right now. One of my favorite guilty pleasures I watch every summer on July 4th, Independence Day. I watch Independence Day. Yeah, I know I'm going to mention one other film, and that is the sequel to Independence Day 2 Resurgence, or whatever the hell you want to call it. The one Independence Day movie that did not have Will Smith. You know what? I should probably talk about the first Independence Day before I even go into Independence Day 2, as I like to call it. Independence Day, the first film, was a huge hit in the 90s. I was 8 years old, well, 7 turning 8 years old during the time. And tell you the truth, this change, well, didn't really change that much. But it was a huge hit. Roland Emmerich, the director. I know Roland Emmerich is kind of known for doing these disaster style movies, and he's good at this. But I think this is the only good movie he's actually made. I'm not sure about Stargate. Stargate is a different thing I might talk about if I watch it a lot more. But one thing is certain, Independence Day, I think it's the only film that I think people like from him. I don't think people like The Day After Tomorrow, 2012. To be fair, I think he does do a good job. Did an excellent job with the Channing Tatum, John McClane style film, or as I like to call it, the Channing Tatum doing Die Hard style film, White House is Down. But yeah, that's another thing. But also, I do have to admit, come on. What's the only good, Roland Emmerich movie you guys seem to like the most? Not Godzilla. Definitely not Godzilla. But one thing is certain, Independence Day, come on, dude. That's his only best good movie he's ever made that people actually like. And you know what? I can just quote certain things in Independence Day 1 or something like that. This is not a beautiful woman, I'm hanging up. Or also, what else should I think about? Oh yeah, the one thing I always thought was, funny. And that is the guy the guy with the, deep voice, raspy voice that he talks with. The guy who's, you may have seen, okay, I know, this is his name. But obviously, he's good at, just being, well, how can I say this? But being femininely gay. I mean, how we're introduced to his character in this is back when people used to watch regular TV channels before streaming came a thing. But it's that part where, yes, I know, Jeff Goldblum. And also, Jeff Goldblum is one of the best parts. And this was kind of Jurassic Park-ish at the time, when he's explaining to him how the aliens are going to attack, and his response is, "Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh, I gotta call my housekeeper. I gotta call my lawyer. I forget my lawyer." And honestly, I think his last and final part where I do like his last final response when he sees like the big giant flame. He's like, "Oh crap." Yeah. But either way, other things. Bill Pullman as the president, he's okay. I mean, I guess it's somehow like, heck, was it kind of like what people were saying about, but yeah, he's, separated from his wife, he's, whatever, come on, cut the guy some break. All I can say is cut the guy some break. But yeah, Bill Pullman will be known as the one president in a movie who gave the most inspiring speech. And once you hear that speech from Bill Pullman's character, you just want to just do this. And honestly, I'll play it right here.
But as the day when the world declared in one voice, we will not go quietly into the night. We will not vanish without a fight. We're going to live on. We're going to survive. Today, we celebrate our Independence Day.
It almost made me so happy to be an American. It makes me almost happy to feel as American. Well, you know, despite who's in office right now, but yeah, this just made me feel more happy to feel like I'm an American. Thank you. I wish you could run for president. But either way, yeah, I'm getting off topic. But yeah, let's talk about the one person who really made this film. And that is, after ending Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, you know who I'm talking about. I am talking about the kid who played freaking Nicky Banks, who ironically is playing Will Smith's son. And oh yeah, Will Smith's in this movie. Yeah, Will Smith's is in it. Yeah, honestly, all right. Now I want to get this off my chest and say this straight up. Let's just forgive Will Smith. All right, come on. This whole thing with him and Chris Rock has gone on for the last, what, like 4 years? Since 2022? And yes, I understand. Will Smith, I don't condone what he did. I don't respect what he did. But come on, guys. The guy apologized. He had a failed comeback. He's been trying to get into other films. He did Bad Boys 4, which should have been called Bad Boys for Life, but it was called Bad Boys Ride and Died. But all I can say is, come on, guys. Let's just forgive Will Smith. Alright, this whole smacking Chris Rock thing has gotten to the point where it's like, you know, his career hasn't been the same. You know, his relationship with his kids and Jada Pinkett Smith hasn't been the same. And yes, he apologized. He's been banned. He has like, what, 6 more years until he's unbanned. And honestly, let's just forgive the hell out of Will Smith in general. Let's just forgive Will Smith and just move on from this whole smacking Chris Rock at the Oscars. And yes, he apologized. Chris Rock has made a joke about being smacked by Will Smith, calling him Suge Smith in a reference of Suge Knight. And honestly, let's just, come on, guys. Yes, what Will Smith did was bad. Made black people look bad at the Oscars. And even though the Oscars did involve the following year, where they just made a joke about, you know, if any of you were to attack me, I have some help that's in the crowd right here, right now. I know. They made a joke about the next year at the Oscars about who else would assault the host at the Oscars. But yes, I understand Chris Rock and Will Smith are taboo to ever be in the same room. Just like Tom Hardy and Charlize Theron are taboo from being in the same film also. I am worried about Mad Max 5, but either way, I'm getting off topic. Will Smith's character is the best character. Majority of people, you're kind of expecting them to be stereotypes. Like when you think of Jeff Goldblum, he's the stereotype nerd character. Jeff Goldblum's father being the Jewish father who says, look at me, I look like Shamil. Whatever Shamil is in Jewish or whatever. Or either way, you know, the president just being your obviously, hey, I'm the president and that's it character. But Will Smith's character is the only cool character, the character you actually like in this movie the most. And honestly, after getting done with Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, this film saved his life, or saved his career at the time. But it still doesn't change the fact that he could have been a good Neo. But heck, Keanu Reeves is better off as Neo anyways. But all I'm just saying, Will Smith's character, reason why you like him, because he has the good lines, the best lines in the whole entire film, and just the best character he plays in the whole entire film. And also Vivica A. Fox as his, you know, girlfriend slash turned wife in the wedding part. But yeah, you may have guessed right. Who doesn't like that one scene where he just punches an alien and says, well, I did a skit of it, so here's the skit.
Welcome to Earth!
There we go. But I'd like to make the obvious joke. What if Kevin Hart played Will Smith's part? No, I'm not even kidding. What if he did play Will Smith's part? I think it would be a lot more usual Kevin Hart-ish thing, but it would actually be a lot more funny if it was Kevin Hart in a remake of Independence Day. Let's not hope that happens, but here's my little skit. Here you go.
You're gonna what with a backpack?
Yeah. Yeah. I think I should have went with the cashback thing that he does on commercials. Well, whatever. But either way, yes. The aliens, well, well, to be fair, I'm gonna have to kind of rank them as kind of like the aliens that are from Signs. Now, you're probably thinking, what is the big alien's goal? Just destroy humanity. And that's it. Destroy their cities, destroy the world, and just destroy anything that's humanity. And that's basically it. And even when the one alien, which the one scene I think you may remember where Thing from Star Trek, who plays Data, does that one part where he's, where the alien has took possession of his, his well-being. He's like, release me. And honestly, when you think about it, the aliens, their obvious goal. Their plan is to, what else? Just destroy humanity, and that's basically it. That's all they do. Now, why they're kind of up there with the aliens from Signs? Well, let me put it more bluntly. They're more smart than the aliens in Signs. Yeah, the aliens in Signs, it's like, M. Night Shyamalan, really? They're allergic to water? So, you have legit aliens who are allergic to water to a place that has almost 80% of water and 60% of land, and you have them come to a place. It's like literally bringing a fly to a planet of a bunch of tarantulas. Like, why would you come to a planet? Why would you be a fly when your biggest, threat is a goddamn tarantula? Like, come on, dude.
Bring that bad boy on, Cap. You lose? Yes, sir. You got your victory dance? Well, I got it right here. Yeah. Hey, don't get premature on me, soldier. We don't light up till the fat lady sings. I'm all ears, brother.
Or, as the good Reverend would say, why we're on this particular mission, we'll never know. But I do know here today that the Black Knights will emerge victorious once again.
Amen, man. Amen, Reverend.
But either way, that's all the aliens do. And honestly, other people who actually make good characters. But also I should probably mention, if you have the DVD that has the director's cut version or the extended cut version where it's actually a lot better, there's actually some scenes where they do kind of explain certain other things that the theatrical version doesn't do. Like they explain why the kid who's Randy Quaid's son is, you know, terminally was like puking for that one scene. Now, at first I thought, when my mom explained it to me, it's like, oh, it's like, you know, death sickness that, you know, gets into people. But no, in this version, they explain why he's sick. Because he has this, like, terminal, I don't know if it's a terminal illness or a sickness that he has, that he needs certain medicine that he has to take. But in here, I mean, the theatrical version doesn't explain it. But, you know, they make it sound like, oh, you got better in the theatrical version. But either way, the extended cut version, they explain why he's sick. And also, they also go into, when they get to Area 51, yes, I know, it sounds stupid. They, you know, get him to a doctor and they get him some medicine to, you know, to get him fixed, basically. So that's like the one thing that the director's cut version explains why that happens. You know, the kid, because the kid has an illness that he needs medication for. Also, a couple other things that they decided to extend it, I guess. Nah, I don't think that's important right now. But either way, you know, what's my thoughts on this movie? This is a good movie. This is, yes, the only good Roland Emmerich disaster film that actually was good. Now, let's talk about the sequel. The sequel was a huge disappointment. It was a big, huge disappointment. Okay, let me put it like this. No Will Smith. No kid who played his son in the first film. They got some other black actor to play his son. They got the girl who was in It Follows, or been in a couple of movies she's been in. But yeah, but they didn't even get... do you really want to know who actually was the little girl who played the president's daughter? I'm going to give you a hint. She's a waterbender, and she voiced Katara. Yeah. Hold on, let me see. Hold on, just want to see some voice actors who voiced Katara in Avatar. Mae Whitman. And honestly, seeing how what Mae Whitman looks like today, yeah, you couldn't get Mae Whitman back. But even worse, in this version, and in the sequel, you couldn't even get the wife who played Jeff Goldblum's wife, or ex-wife, from the first film. So you got some other chick some other lady that Jeff Goldblum falls in love with. I'm like, what the hell? And yeah, you bringing back certain characters. And I know the guy who played the general. Yeah, this was the last film that was the last film he made for his passing. And just getting Bill Pullman back, because suddenly now he's still affected by the aliens and stuff. And all I'm saying is, I mean, you got majority of people back. You got Vivica Fox back for an obvious small role. It's like you want to say, hello, Vivica Fox. Bye, Vivica Fox. And honestly, can you tell that the aliens are obviously CG? The first film, they looked like they were practical effects. The first film, they looked like they were sort of digital effects. But yeah, the first film, that you believe they were there because they were actually there. They were actual practical aliens in that one scene. But here, you just get these. You know what you did? You just made them a big, huge CGI character. And for those of you who don't know what CGI is, computer-generated image. So just another computer-generated image of the aliens over and over again. And honestly, I think I hate to say this, but I think I agree with James Rolfe. Yeah, I think I like practical alien effects instead of, you know, CG, digital effects, you know, coming in the end. I'm like, yeah, come on now. But either way, Independence Day, The score of this, the first one, it's brilliant. The sequel, not as much. Just not as much. But yes, getting one of Chris Hemsworth's, brothers. Yeah, he's alright. He's not great. He's not better. He's just alright. That's all I can say. But all I'm just saying is, if you want to watch the real Independence Day movie, pick this up. I haven't got the Blu-ray yet, but I will get the Blu-ray when I get a chance, once I have time. But all I'm just saying is, watch the first film. This first film, watch it. I know it's not the greatest thing of all time, but like I said, this is the only best Roland Emmerich film of all time. Well, only one. Well, I do like a few ones, but I think, yeah, White House Down, I would say is his best one. It's his second best film. But either way, that's all I can say. But one thing I'm actually surprised, Will Smith didn't even do a soundtrack didn't do a rap for this version, which is kind of funny because he's Mr. Rap versions for his movies. Wild Wild West, Men in Black, 1 and 2. But either way, I guess I can't beg for more. But either way, watch Independence Day 1. It's a good movie. It's a better movie. Skip the sequel. If you like the sequel, good for you. But skip the sequel if you want to see the better film. All I can say is... no, I got nothing else to really say. Great movie. Well, great Independence Day, 4th of July movie you want to watch. And you get a good laugh. And also, see the fireworks for this film. Because that's all I forgot one thing. Didn't I promise you fireworks? Yeah. Yeah. And honestly, yeah. I got nothing else. I got no more quotes to mention. All I want to do is say Vertical Spy outro. Finally! Steve?
Yo, Steve Bloom here, voice of Spike Spiegel. Remember to subscribe and get vertical.